$75,000 a year. Now that sounds like you've made it, right? That's above average. That's better than most. That's the salary where you're supposed to finally feel comfortable. But what does $75,000 actually look like in 2026 when you break it all the way down? After federal taxes, state taxes, Social Security, Medicare, rent, groceries, car payments, insurance, and all the bills nobody warns you about, how much money do you actually have left? I'm Cody, and today I'm breaking down a $75,000 salary dollar by dollar. And I promise you, by the end of this video, you'll never look at a good salary the same way again. Here's something most people don't realize. The median salary in America in 2025 was $62,600. So if you're earning $75,000, you're in the top 40% of individual earners in the entire country. You're beating most Americans. You should be winning. But here's the problem. Being above average doesn't mean you're comfortable. It means the system takes more from you while giving you almost the same life. Let me show you exactly what I mean. Let's start with taxes. You earn $75,000 a year, but that's your gross income. That's the number on the job offer. That is not what hits your bank account. The government gets paid first, always. In 2026, the standard deduction for a single filer is $16,100. So your taxable income drops to $58,900. Now, here's how the IRS breaks that down. The first $12,400 is taxed at 10%. That's $1,240. The next $38,000 is taxed at 12%. That's $4,560. And the remaining $8,500 is taxed at 22%. That's $1,870. Your total federal income tax? $7,670. But we're not done. Social Security takes 6.2% of your entire salary. That's another $4,650. Medicare takes 1.45%, another $1,088. And then there's state income tax. If you're in California, that's another 4 to 6%. Even in a moderate state, you're losing about 3 to 4%. Let's use an average of $3,375. Add it all up. Federal tax, Social Security, Medicare, state tax, you're losing roughly $16,783 to taxes. Your $75,000 just became $58,217. That's $4,850 a month, not $75,000, not $6,250 a month. $4,850. That's your real number. And everything, every single expense in your life has to come out of that. Now let's talk about rent. The average rent for a one-bedroom apartment in the United States in 2026 is around $1,500 a month. That's the national average. In cities like New York, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Miami, you're looking at $2,200 to $3,200 easily. But let's say you found a decent place. Nothing fancy, nothing terrible. $1,500 a month. That single expense just ate 31% of your take-home pay. Almost a third of everything you earn, gone, just for 4 walls and a roof. You now have $3,350 left. And we are just getting started. Groceries and food. You gotta eat. And in 2026, eating isn't cheap. The average American spends about $400 to $600 a month on food. That's groceries, coffee runs, and the occasional dinner out. Let's say you're smart about it. You meal prep on Sundays. You bring lunch to work most days. Maybe you treat yourself to dinner with friends once or twice a month. We'll call it $520 a month. That just took another chunk out of your budget. You now have $2,830 left. And here's the thing that should bother you. You earn $25,000 more than the $50,000 earner. But you're still meal prepping on Sunday night. You're still checking prices at the grocery store. That extra $25,000 hasn't changed your dinner table. Not yet. Transportation. Let's talk about your car. The average new car payment in 2026 is $730 a month. Even a used car averages about $520. Let's say you have a reasonable used car, $450 a month. Then add car insurance, about $150 a month on average. Gas, another $150 a month if you're commuting. That's $750 a month just to get to work and back. Think about that. Your car costs you $9,000 a year just so you can drive to the job that pays you $75,000. You now have $2,080 left for the entire month. $2,080. And we're still not done. Utilities and bills. These are the silent killers. Phone bill, $80. Internet, $65. Electricity, $130. Water and sewer, $45. Streaming services, $20 to $30. Renter's insurance, $15. That adds up to roughly $370 a month, every single month. Like clockwork, they never stop. You now have $1,710 left. Health insurance. Even if your employer covers most of it, the average employee still pays about $190 a month out of their paycheck for individual coverage in 2026. That drops you to $1,520. Now here's where it gets dark. The hidden costs. The expenses nobody puts in the budget because they don't want to face them. Student loan payments. The average is $350 a month. If you went to college, and most people earning $75,000 did, this is probably hitting your account every single month. Credit card minimum payments. The average American carries a balance that costs about $150 a month in minimums. Clothing, haircuts, household supplies, personal care, another $100 a month being generous. That's $600 in expenses that aren't optional, but never make it into the budget breakdown people post online. So, what's actually left? Let me put it all together. You earn $75,000. Taxes take $16,783. Rent takes $18,000. Food takes $6,240. Transportation takes $9,000. Utilities take $4,440. Health insurance takes $2,280. Hidden costs, student loans, credit cards, personal, take $7,200. That's $63,943 on the basics. You have $11,057 left for the entire year. That's $921 a month for savings, for investing, for emergencies, for vacations, for dating, for fun, for life. $921. Now I want you to think about something. In my last video, I broke down what $50,000 looks like. The person earning $50,000 had $130 a month left. You earn $25,000 more, and you have $921 a month. That's only $791 more. That's about $26 a day. $26. That's one Uber Eats order. That's the entire difference between a $50,000 life and a $75,000 life in America. $25,000 extra dollars a year bought you $26 a day in breathing room. Let that sink in. This is the middle class trap. You earn more, you get taxed more, you rent a slightly better place, you drive a slightly newer car, you eat slightly better food, and you end up almost exactly where you started. The numbers change. The feeling doesn't.
But here's the good news. 75,000 is not a dead end. It's actually the perfect launchpad if you make the right moves. The person earning 50,000 barely has room to breathe, but at 75,000, you have just enough margin to change everything. It comes down to 4 moves. Move number 1, beat the lifestyle trap. Here's what happened when you went from 50,000 to 75,000. You upgraded. A slightly better apartment, $100 more. A slightly newer car, $100 more. You started eating out more, another $100. You picked up subscriptions you forgot about, $50 more. $350 a month in lifestyle upgrades you barely even notice. That's $4,200 a year gone, and you didn't feel any richer. The fix? Run the lifestyle trap test. Look at every expense that's higher than what you'd pay on a $50,000 salary. If it's not making you genuinely happier or healthier, cut it. Get a roommate and save $600 a month on rent. Drive the paid-off car for 2 more years. Cook at home 4 nights a week instead of 3. These aren't sacrifices. They're the difference between feeling broke and building a future. Move number 2. Grab the free money. At 75,000, your employer almost certainly offers a 401k match. The average match is 3 to 6%. Let's say they match 4%. That means if you put in $3,000 a year, $250 a month, your employer gives you another $3,000 for free. That's $6,000 a year going into your retirement that only cost you $3,000. Not investing in your 401k match is literally leaving $250 a month on the table. It's the easiest financial decision you'll ever make. And here's the kicker. That contribution is pre-tax, which means it actually lowers your taxable income. You pay less in taxes and build wealth at the same time. Move number 3. Add a side income weapon. At 50,000, a side income is survival. At 75,000, a side income is a weapon. Here's why. You already have your basics covered. Every extra dollar from a side hustle goes straight to wealth building. $500 extra a month? That's $6,000 a year going directly into investments. $1,000 extra? That puts your effective income at $87,000 without asking your boss for a raise, without changing jobs, without a single interview. Freelance a skill you already have. Consult on weekends. Sell something online. Teach what you know. At 75,000, your side income doesn't keep you alive. It makes you rich. Move number 4. Automate $500 a month into index funds. This is the move that turns 75,000 into generational wealth. $500 a month into a low-cost S&P 500 index fund. At an average return of 10%, which is the historical average, here's what happens. In 10 years, you have over $100,000. In 20 years, you have $380,000. In 30 years, you have over $1.1 million. $1.1 million from $500 a month. You don't need a 6-figure salary to become a millionaire. You need 75,000, discipline, and time. Set up an automatic transfer. Don't touch it. Let compound interest do what it does. Here's the bottom line. $75,000 a year in 2026 is the most dangerous salary in America. And I mean that. It's enough to feel comfortable. It's enough to think you're doing fine. But it's not enough to build wealth on autopilot. It's the salary where you can either stay in the middle-class trap forever or use it as a launch pad to real financial freedom. The difference isn't how much you earn. It's what you do with what's left. Now you know the real numbers. You know where every dollar goes. You know the 4 moves. The question is, will you make them? If this video showed you something about your money you didn't see before, hit that subscribe button. I'm Cody, and every week I break down exactly where your money goes and what you can do about it. No guru nonsense, no fluff, just real numbers and real moves. Drop your salary in the comments, and I'll tell you what it actually looks like after everything. And if you haven't seen my $50,000 breakdown yet, go watch it right now. The link is on screen. It'll blow your mind. See you in the next one.